Hello, and welcome to another episode of Movie Spoiler Alerts. Today we're talking about the 2000 film, X-Men. There are several X-Men films, some taking place before and some taking place after the events of this film, but I will release these summaries in the order that they were released to the theaters. The film opens in 1944 German-occupied Poland, with 13-year-old Eric Lehnsherr, who is separated from his parents at a concentration camp. While Eric is reaching out to his mother, he causes metal gates to twist and bend through the use of magnetic force. Decades later, we find a world where mutants are just beginning to be discovered. Mutants are humans with genetic evolutions that allow them a variety of superpowers. We find U.S. Senator Robert Kelly trying to pass the Mutant Registration Act through Congress, which would force mutants to publicly reveal their identities and their powers. At the congressional meeting, a much older Eric, now known as Magneto, as well as the telepath Professor Charles Xavier, discuss their different views on the relationships between humans and mutants. The film transitions to a 17-year-old named Marie, who discovers that she is a mutant by accidentally putting her boyfriend into a coma just by kissing him. She later discovers that she has the ability to absorb life force and mutant abilities from anyone she touches. Out of fear of being persecuted, she changes her name to Rogue and runs away to Canada. At a bar, she meets Logan, a mutant who goes by the name Wolverine and who has superhuman healing abilities, heightened strength and senses, as well as metal claws that protrude from his knuckles. They travel on the road together, where they are attacked by another mutant named Sabretooth, who works for Magneto. Rogue and Wolverine are saved by two other mutants, Cyclops, who has lasers that shoot from his eyes, and Storm, who can control the weather. They bring Rogue and Wolverine back to a school in New York, ran by Professor Xavier. Xavier explains that it's a school for mutants, which also houses a group known as the X-Men, a group who seeks peace with the human race. They also work to prevent Magneto from escalating the war between humans and mutants. Magneto has Senator Kelly abducted by two mutants, Toad and the shapeshifter Mystique. Magneto uses Kelly as a test subject for a machine that artificially induces mutation to try to turn Kelly into a mutant. Kelly uses his new abilities to escape his imprisonment. Back at the school, Rogue is convinced by the shapeshifter Mystique, who is disguised as a classmate, to leave the school. Xavier uses a special mutant locating machine called Cerebro to find Rogue at the train station. As the X-Men leave to go find Rogue, Mystique sabotages the Cerebro machine. At the train station, Wolverine tries to convince Rogue to stay, but a fight ensues with Magneto, Toad, and Sabretooth. Magneto kidnaps Rogue and leaves. Back at the school, Senator Kelly arrives to reveal to Xavier what happened to him, and dies shortly after, turning into a puddle of water. The X-Men realize that Magneto wants to use his artificial mutation machine on a much larger scale, and affect thousands of people at a World Leaders Summit. The problem is that Magneto nearly died using his machine when he was testing it the first time, so he plans to use Rogue, after copying his abilities, to trigger the machine, killing Rogue instead of killing Magneto. Xavier attempts to locate Rogue using Cerebro, but Mystique's sabotage causes him to fall into a coma. The telepath Jean Grey repairs Cerebro, and uses the machine to locate Magneto on Liberty Island. The X-Men scale the Statue of Liberty. Storm electrocutes Toad, and Wolverine stabs Mystique. Magneto begins to force Rogue to use the artificial mutation machine. Sabretooth is killed by Wolverine, Cyclops, and Jean Grey. Storm is able to use her abilities to lift Wolverine to have him stop Magneto's machine. However, Magneto uses his ability to control metal to stop Wolverine. Cyclops shoots Magneto, however, knocking him out. Wolverine stops the machine and pulls Rogue out. Wolverine has Rogue absorb his powers, allowing Rogue to heal herself. As the film begins to conclude, we see Xavier has recovered and that Mystique is still alive, impersonating Senator Kelly. Xavier tells Wolverine that he has discovered a secret military base that may have some information on Wolverine's past. The film ends with Xavier visiting Magneto, in a prison entirely constructed of plastic, with the two playing chess. Magneto warns that he will continue to fight, and Xavier promises that he and the X-Men will be there to stop him. So that was the spoilers for X-Men. If you have another film you'd like to see me spoil, please let me know in the comments below. Check out movie spoiler alerts on our various forms of social media, and remember to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.